Okay, what's up, everybody? Welcome to WFSO Bus Talk. Where this past Sunday's game with the Philadelphia 76ers and Milwaukee Bucks. The last time I think was like a couple weeks ago that the Sixers did beat Milwaukee. And the crazy thing is that this game this time was telling like a different story. So Bucks dominated all through this game. And it seems like everybody from that loss from Boston, they kind of just their act together, and just surprising that that they mostly got their stuff together. But I will mention there was an injury that happened. It was Grayson Allen, and from what they're saying right now, ready till the playoffs starts. Because normally it was ankle, depending how like damaging that is. I didn't hear much about it ever since. So if I didn't hear much about rest of the season, and yeah, and let's see, and everybody that was at on the starting, sorry, not starting, but everybody on the Bucks mostly played. Who knows they will. You have Joe Embiid did something, Tyrese Maxey did something, and James Harden didn't score that much, and it seems like they remember this, but it was times when James Harden was in Houston and had Eric Bledsoe like guard him, like he guards him on his side, like slow him down, and they really didn't do that to him until like later on, but yeah, they really did slow James Harden down on this game. And of course, you're not expecting much from PJ because he's mainly there for like defense. But it's like if you have like your fourth option, whether it be Tyrese Maxey or Tobias Harris, either they be the third or the four, you normally would have like you probably be in good company, I would say. Um, I'm looking at the turnovers. Philadelphia have 11, and the Bucks have. That's a shock. But either team didn't do. They did okay of 3-point percentage, but they didn't do good enough. With Bucks with 10 of 28 3-point shooting, and with the Sixers 12 for 36 from 3-point shooting, 33% to 35%. So not really that good. Um, let's see, 42 rebounds compared to 36 for the Philly. Let's see. Let's see. It was 5 blocks to I think it was 2 or 3. Yeah, it was just 2 blocks. So a little bit more defense on the Bucks end. So the thing is, whatever happened to them during the after that this game that they really got blowed out, they just kind of woke up, and which is like good that they finally woke up, but they just gotta be consistent too. Like we know what we getting from Giannis, and Chris Middleton, of course, was on and off switch. Kind of the same thing with Drew Holiday, got like an on and off switch. Um, yeah, it's just insane. But let's look at the stats. We're starting with the Sixers first. Um, Joe Embiid with 28 points, 5 assists, 9 rebounds, so near double double for him. 1 of 7 from three, 11 of 25 from the field. So kind of a bad shooting night for him. But not a bad shooting night for Tyrese Maxey. He led the team with 29 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 6 of 7 from three, and 9 of 15 from the field. James Harden kind of have a slow scoring night. Only had 11 points, uh, 6 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 of 3 from three, but 4 of 9 from the field. And like you said, a couple of people from the Sixers bench did stepped up. Got Paul Reed with 8 points, 10 rebounds, 4 of 5 from the field. Got Daniel House Jr. with 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 of 4 from three, 4 of 7 from the field. And now on to the Bucks. Chris Middleton with 19 points, 9 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 of 8 from the field. Well, no, 3 of 8 from three. Sorry, and 6 of 14 from the field. So kind of a little bit of a bad shooting night for Chris Middleton, sort of. Giannis Antetokounmpo with the game high, scoring 33 points. Yeah, he had the most turnovers with 4, 3 blocks, 1 steal, 6 assists, 14 rebounds. So double double for him. Um, 7 of 13 from the free throw line, 0 of 1 from three, and 13 of 17 from the three. Brook Lopez stepped up, so it was. I see some good passes that came from Middleton to Lopez, and some like that from Holiday to Lopez too. So that's good. 21 points. Excuse me. 6 rebounds, 1 of 2 from three, 9 of 13 from the field. Excuse me. Drew Holiday with decent amount and not a bad shooting game. So just that's good on his part. 18 points, 4 steals. So yeah, 4 steals, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 of 4 from three, 7 of 11 from the field. Like I said, the only person that did like a lot of scoring was Bobby Portis with 18 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 5 rebounds, 2 of 3 from three, 8 of 11 from the field. So he had a good shooting night. So that's pretty good. I guess the only probably important person that Philly was missing was Mac McClung, Jaden Spinner, and Lewis King, who was inactive. I don't know if it was injury or there was like a two-way player. But how you going to pick up Dwayne Dedman and don't use him? That I don't get. They had their opportunity and chance to use him if they want to, but they didn't. So yeah, it's just ridiculous. Um, there were no games today, so I can't talk about the scores or anything like that on today. So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty shocked. No game today. So last Monday was the final Monday of basketball games, and we are on the final week of the season. But I will talk about the stand. Things did kind of change, and your final score 117 to 104. The Bucks over the 76ers, and they tied the season series against each other 2 apiece. One game they each won on the road, and one each game they won. They each won at home. Come here, girl. Come here. just do that for you. Yeah, my little doggy. But yeah. So and after this, I think there's no chance that the Sixers will get the first seed from this. That I think that's just really just my opinion because let's see, because right now Philadelphia 51-27. And I think they trying to think how many games they got left. So 51-27. They play a total of 78 games, 79, 80. Yeah, so I think most of these teams got like 4 games to go, and that's crazy. So we're gonna go to the standings. I just had to do that like mathematically add. Um, important thing that I gotta talk about is because Boston is facing Philadelphia tomorrow, and that will be an important game because I think if Boston lose and the Bucks win, they said the magic number would be 1 at that time, and the Bucks will be going on a back-to-back on the road against Washington. That's the next game they got. Then Wednesday they got Chicago. Um, yeah, they got Chicago at home. So, and this is a must-win for them as well. So mainly if they win, if the Bucks win these next 2 games and Boston just lose this one, just let's just say the Sixers beat them, they would clinch that number 1 seed and have playoffs throughout the whole playoffs. But anyways, let's go to standings. Yeah, I was just surprised. It's like I was looking, I was on NBA TV and it's like they showing like old classic games. Ain't nothing wrong with seeing and just talking about excuse me, the game or whatnot, where it was going on. But unfortunately, there were no games today. Yeah, what a surprise. Didn't Falcons are eliminated. They lost their last game. San Antonio Spurs won their last game. They're eliminated. Portland Trailblazers won their last game. They're eliminated. Utah Jazz lost their last 2. And Dallas Mavericks lost their last 3. Now we New Orleans Pelicans, they're the 8th seed. They kind of tied with the Lakers too, but it did came with a price for the Lakers. I think Anthony Davis got like an ankle injury or some sort of injury that he was definitely out. So they don't know how long he's going to be out, or could be a sprain or whatever the case may be. Don't know. But they're both tied. Both Lakers and Pelicans both tied with the same record. Um, Golden State Warriors lost their last game. They're right now they're tied with the Clippers, but Golden State's are in 6, so that's interesting there. Phoenix Suns won their last 5; they're in 4th. Sacramento Kings lost their last game, but they're in 3rd and they clinched their playoff berth. But it seems like they didn't clinch the division yet. Memphis Grizzlies, of course, clinched their division. They're number 2 and they lost their last game. And Denver Nuggets clinched their division, won their last game, and got the best record in the West. Now the East is almost complete, and this is kind of different. And I will explain to you. You got Detroit Pistons that's already eliminated. They lost their last 9. You got Charlotte Hornets in 14th. Well, they're eliminated and they lost their last 2. And then this is a new one. Indiana Pacers lost their last game. They are eliminated. Orlando Magic won their last 2, but they're not eliminated yet. Washington Wizards lost their last 2, but they eliminated. And the funny thing is that the Washington Wizards and Orlando Magic got the same record, but the Wizards are, ahead of them in the season series, and that's why the Wizards got the advantage over them. So, only thing we can say now is like if Orlando lose their games tomorrow, or anything like that, well, ain't nothing that the Wizards can do. They're already eliminated. So when they play the Bucks tomorrow, so they might just be preparing for the next season or something. But Orlando, that is kind of interesting because I think they also have like 4 games left. So does the Wizards. Bulls too. Let's just talk about the 10 through 7. Chicago Bulls. They're the 10th seed. They won their last 2. Toronto Raptors won their last game. They're the 9th seed, and they're automatically going to be in the play-in tournament. So with them, it's already a guarantee that they're going to be in the play-in. Atlanta Hawks won their last game. They got the same record as Toronto, but Atlanta is in 8th right now. Miami Heat won their last game. They're in 7th. Now from 6-1. Brooklyn Nets won their last 3. They're in 6th. And on Sunday, New York Knicks won their last 4. They have the 5th seed and they clinched the playoff berth on Sunday. That's what I should have said. Cleveland Cavaliers won their last game. They're in 4th, clinched the playoff spot. Philadelphia 76ers lost their last game. That was to the Bucks, of course. They're in 3rd and they clinched the playoff spot. Boston Celtics won their last 2. They're in 2nd. Of course, they clinched the playoff spot. When Milwaukee Bucks won their last game, they're number 1, and of course, with the best record in the NBA. And of course, they clinched their division and clinched a playoff berth as well. Right now, between Boston and Milwaukee, there are 2 games of difference between each other, with the Bucks ahead of them, which is 56-22 record, and Boston with 54-24. And the Bucks are kind of on the pace to get 60 wins if they win like their next 4 games straight. And well, possible things can happen. You got of course you got the Wizards tomorrow. You got Chicago, on Wednesday. You got the Memphis Grizzlies at home for the final home game of the season on Friday. And Sunday they got Toronto for their final road game of the season. So yeah, the last day of the end of the season is on Sunday, and the playoff tournament is, I think the play-in tournament starts on Tuesday. Well, next Tuesday, April 11th. So those games, depending on where the Bucks going to be, because most likely I think they're going to end up being either 2nd or 1st. I'm hoping they end up getting the 1st seed, But right now, it could be either first or second. It depends on these next two games for the Bucks and how Boston will play into this. So yeah, it all depends on that. Okay, don't have to explain y'all with the playoff picture with possible, with Minnesota and Oklahoma City in the play in and Lakers and the Pelicans. You automatically got Toronto that's in the play in, so just got ready for the rest of them to clinch. We can talk about the playoff picture that they got with the play in tournament and the playoffs. Okay, so before we do go off the air, we're gonna talk about tomorrow's games and like how important how some of these games could talk about tomorrow's games and see with a few of them that could be important. Well, with Toronto and Charlotte is, but they could pass Atlanta, Miami, and Detroit. Importance kind of is a must win for them, or they probably will be automatically Milwaukee and Washington. How important it is for Milwaukee to win their next four or their next two. So we'll see how that goes. Minnesota and Brooklyn, both games are important. I know Brooklyn's trying to move up on New York, and Minnesota trying to move up in the play. Boston, Philadelphia, of course, that's important for you want this game tomorrow. Because if Chicago does beat Atlanta, and I think not Miami, but Toronto, just say Toronto loses to Charlotte and whatever, and Atlanta loses to Chicago, it'll be a three-way tie eighth for the eighth spot. Denver, Houston. I guess if they want to keep the first seed, that's somewhat important. Portland, Memphis is important to Memphis for them to try to get farther up into the see if they can pass the first seed. Sacramento Kings, New Orleans Pelicans is important to the Pelicans because they need to get maybe they want to move up in the ranks, although they're the eighth seed though. Lakers and Utah, it's important for Utah because it could be a chance that Lakers beat them. They could be eliminated. They could eliminate Utah. Should say it that way. There's only one game on TNT tomorrow. Okay. You got Thunder and Warriors. Important game to both of them if they want to move up. And Golden State is got a good record at home, but not on the road. Well, Spurs and Suns, final game of that day. Important for Phoenix if they want to move up, but not that much important to the Spurs as was already eliminated. So that's pretty much it for that. Thank our sponsors, Art from the Heart. Check them out on Facebook. And Moving Dudes, check them out on Facebook. And also, if you're in Wisconsin, trying to move within Wisconsin, they'll be the ones you can call. Call Sean at 414-807-4299. And please, you guys on Twitch, follow us on Twitch. Keep watching our videos as well. And for you guys on the podcast, please continue to listen to us. And you guys on you guys on YouTube, please follow. Well, I won't say follow. I'll say subscribe to the channel got over 300 subscribers. We're trying to get more. Like this video if you like it, and check out our past videos as well. You like pro wrestling content and also Milwaukee Bucks content, this will be the channel for you. So until the next video and until the next podcast, you guys have a good night and or whatever day it is. You'll get to hear me later.